The news, good evening. The Russian airline Aeroflot has resumed its flights to Seychelles after an absence of 17 years. The airline's Airbus 330 first weekly flight landed at Seychelles International Airport early this morning with 402 passengers on board. The flight was met on arrival by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Sylvestre Radegon, the Minister of Civil Aviation, Ports and Marine, Anthony Derjac, and other officials from the tourism and aviation fields. There was a special ceremony to welcome back Aeroflot. Minister Radegon said the return of the airline here will help in the recovery of the Seychelles tourism industry. He noted that the Russian market was a profitable one and said the direct flight will help to accelerate and grow it further. Some other airlines have resumed their flights to Seychelles since the reopening of the airport on the 25th of March. Other airlines are planning to return over the coming weeks and months. Seychelles has received 1,000 doses of the Sputnik vaccine, which arrived today on the Aeroflot flight. This follows intense discussions between Seychelles and Russia for the past 3 to 4 months. Upon receiving the vaccines, the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Mr. Sylvestre Radegon, said that the availability of COVID-19 vaccines has made it possible for Seychelles to reopen its borders to commercial flights. He thanked the Russian ambassador for his help in making it possible for the Sputnik vaccines to arrive in Seychelles.
One of the first discussions we had after I assumed office has been how to secure a vaccine from Russia. And since then, you've had several discussions with the president himself, the vice president. And I think almost always our conversation, at least between you and I, has been about Sputnik vaccine. And even yesterday, that's what we were talking about at State House. So now that the vaccines are here, they've been delivered, we're happy. Going forward, we'll be talking about other things. But I want to remind you of the promise that you've made that, the 1,000 on each Aeroflot flight will follow. I mean, the next flight is on Sunday, I'm told. So we're expecting another 1,000.
I think that the fact that this beautiful Russian airplane landed today, this beautiful morning in the international airport of Victoria, is a fantastic, feasible proof that our governments are doing very well in fighting the pandemic, because only the joint fight against COVID-19 and victories against the coronavirus make such things happen. So I think we should always praise our medics for assisting us in making this happen.
For the second consecutive year, Christians have been commemorating Holy Friday at home. Because of the restrictions as a result of COVID-19, there have been no religious services, such as the traditional way of the cross processions. However, those restrictions did not deter some faithful who were determined to commemorate the occasion without violating the law. SBC noticed a handful of people who walked from Takamaka to Belazar performing the traditional ritual of the Way of the Cross. Similarly, at Anspoilo, a couple of faithful held their own procession whilst observing the restrictions imposed by the health authorities. There were other minor processions in different parts of Mahé. The Seychelles Energy Commission has announced that electricity tariff for residential sector will increase by 25 cents. For all sectors, including commercial and industrial sectors, the tariffs will increase by 51 cents. The new prices will be in force until June this year. The Commission says the decision has been taken to ensure that PUC recovers most of the fuel cost, which could result in substantial financial instability for the company. At the same time, it wants to minimize the impact the increase will have on the residential sector. The next review of electricity tariff based on fuel price will be announced towards the end of June this year. And with this, we end this news summary. We'll be back at 8 for the news in Creole. Thank you and have a pleasant evening.